Well,
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzgerald, that guy had a few hiccups in his career, but it was nice to see him pull it together in his final season and hit 19 of 21. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Really
Um,
happy for Ryan. Really,
so,
really
yeah,
happy for
special
him.
teams. Just any thoughts about special teams, coverage units, return units? Those are always kind of up in the air because there's just so much to work out with the rest of the depth chart that obviously a lot of young guys get their opportunity on special teams, but punter, kicker, return units, punt coverage, all that business. I'll just kind of throw everything at you and get your impressions across the board.
Yeah, no, so everything stays the same, on your kicking side with everything. Luckily, Florida State's going to bring back the Aussie from Australia. Mascherano is going to be coming back for another season, along with, like you were just saying there, Ryan Fitzgerald. Super happy for Fitzgerald this last season. I think for the biggest thing was just going back to his original technique from, I believe it was 2022. Or 2021. He switched up things in 2022 that kind of hindered him a little bit. And then he admitted, I changed some things up going into fall camp of 2023. Felt a lot more consistency there as well. And, at FSU fans should be excited to have Ryan Fitzgerald back. And, went to show too how many losses kind of came from that, not having those points added up on the board kind of hurt them at times in 2022, but just to have his consistency in 2023 was great. So shout out to Fitz. And then, to me, really what stands out the most is what Florida State's going to do at punt return and also kick return. We saw kick return last year. Who was it? Keon Coleman, kind of a surprise. And I want to be shocked if we see a couple surprises too, just depending when we get more into fall camp. They're going to test a few things this spring. We'll have more solidification on who's going to take that punt return spot. Jalen Lucas is someone that is most likely one of your favorites to do so along at the kick return position just because of his success that he was able to do at Indiana. And can things get clicking there for Deuce Spann as well? Trey Benson used to be up there at the returnees position. What do they do there with him? I think there's a handful of guys that they're shuffling around this spring camp that we're going to find out. But, Mike Norvell takes these special teams very, very important, and not even offensively, like I think of returnees, on the offensive side, but too, whenever you're going into kick block, going to field goal blocking, punt blocking, they take this extremely seriously at the practices. They spend a good amount of time every day out there working on some schemes, and also too making sure they utilize their best talent that they can get down the field and punt return and kick return. So I think it's highlighted off of Fitzgerald and Mascherano coming back. Mascherano having a great season as well last year. That just puts Florida State in good positions of flipping the field and putting their offense in a good position, and putting their defense in a really good position to make plays and not allow a lot of free yardage to the opponents.
Logan Robinson, Knoll Game Day. And you know what the deal is now, folks. Now that you've watched all the videos, and if you're just watching this one, keep in mind we were covering all the positions, both sides of the football. So check out all the videos. So you're almost an expert. You'll complete the expert level if you go to Knoll Game Day on a regular basis. Check out Logan and the staff there. And of course, Wednesday night with us at the Voice of College Football at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then just keep it rolling, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, Knoll Game Day. Logan and the guys talking FSU football. Logan, I always look forward to this. I get full breakdown from you, and we go through the roster, go through every position. I get your take on it, and now I can bring it with James and the boys on Wednesday.
It's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a fun spring. I appreciate you having me on here. Some question marks, obviously, to be delivered and figured out, but nonetheless, though, like I said, Florida State has a chance to reach that college football playoff again, get to Charlotte once again in the ACC championship, and a few pieces to kind of answer here defensively could play a vital role in it all. But appreciate you always inviting me on here, and shout out to the Mark Rogers crew as always. It's always a blast coming on here and previewing the Florida State Seminoles.